So let me jump into the email. Let me zoom in a bit. So it is actually sprint 45. And our goal is to add advanced tag rules. So we didn't finish this goal. We did have the implementation, but we didn't deploy to production because of some pipeline issue. Yeah, but I can demo it later locally. So it is 1 week sprint. And here is the time spent. Look at Toby. And here is the backlog. Yeah, so let's jump into it. Okay, so for the first one is we have some issue on staging environment. It is done, and I did a redeployment, and it just fixed. I cannot reproduce the issue. Yeah, so it is a quick fix just by doing redeployment. That's the first one. So for the second one is we have some like a nested page when we didn't set some environment variable. You can see here. So it should be the Power BI report instead, but it's showing some nested page. And I fixed this by showing an error here. So there's no Power BI report because some environment variable is not set. Yeah.
Pause. Whenever you do a message box,
yeah,
you should always get it checked by somebody before deploying it. Just to check it's readable. And in that case, there's a spelling mistake on the word because. Okay, but you want to check that the other person reads it.
Yeah.
Toby, as the product owner, I'll give you a general tip. When someone says, I'll add a message box here to warn about duplicates, I will always say, tell me what you think the message box will be. Because sometimes they'll say, all right, there is duplicates detected. Click this link to choose the right one. And you go, hang on a sec. There's no page there to click the link. And that by getting the specifics prior, that makes it clearer so that there's not a mistake. And secondly, when they do it, the text itself of message boxes should be checked by somebody.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That's completely fair. I guess just a little bit of feedback while we're on this, Luke, that I just thought of then. That message makes sense for dev, but maybe not necessarily for anyone else. Maybe it could be, maybe pitched a little bit more, since this dashboard is going to be more stakeholders, business oriented. Maybe we could make that, contact the administrator, and then it could have this detail somewhere else.
Yeah. Probably we should drop this one, the environment variable. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
The way I think about this is it's best to have a very simple message at the top, and you can have more details, which they expand, they can see this. The other thing worth commenting about, it is a weird location to put a message. I don't know, is it related to the bottom right, or is it related to settings somewhere else? But usually there's a cog, and this would be somewhere in there. It just feels unusual.
So I'm just using a simple component from the UI library. So they do it from the left, right bottom. Yeah, like this.
Maybe that's correct. But if I want to fix this error and I know what the Power BI settings are, as a user, what do I do now?
Currently you cannot do it. You need to go to the GitHub environment variable to change that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's what you want the user to do, is that correct?
No.
What do you want them to do?
So in this case, they should contact the developer team, that team to do it.
Yes, and what does that team do?
They go to GitHub. Yeah, but in the future, I'm thinking of.
Are you talking about they contact you, the customer contacts you for this?
Does EagleEye have multi-tenancy support yet, or?
They don't have multi-tenancy support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then maybe once we have multi-tenancy support, the setting will no longer be in GitHub, and they'll be able to change it on their own.
Okay, and is that in the near term, Luke? What's the ETA?
Well, what is ETA?
Estimate time.
You mean the user can change by their own, right?
Yeah, when will there be multi-tenancy that JK just mentioned? Is that in a week, a month, a year?
They won't have multi-tenancy for EagleEye.
Yeah, I think Adam's talking in terms of priority. I could probably answer this one. I think multi-tenancy is coming. It's not the immediate goal. Immediate goal is getting this admin panel set up so that we can actually start creating it. But I'd say it will shortly follow the admin portal. So probably same. It's the next epic that we're going to try and strive towards. So maybe a month or so.
Okay, so if it's in a month, just put a link to the documentation in this message box, and in the URL that you go to, which would maybe on a Tina site or however you do the knowledge base articles, say coming soon multi-tenancy support. But on this message, you don't want to go back and revisit this message. You basically just want to give them a link that will go to the right page, and that will have a to-do coming. Does everyone agree?
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Yeah, but you don't want to revisit this message box again.
Yeah, so I have two questions. I'm a bit confused. So for EagleEye, we are not going to do multi-tenancy thing. We are going to provision the resources for client.
I believe we're doing multi-tenancy. I was just told it's coming in 1 month.
Oh, but yeah, I was under the impression it was multi-tenancy support, but oh, okay, right, because they're going to provision their own instance of it. Is that what you mean, Luke? Okay. Look, I think this is a discussion that we can take offline and
Yep.
do it at a separate time, just so we don't draw out the sprint review.
Regardless, this should link to a page, a wiki page that explains how to set this up anyway, and so you can change that page later on.
Yeah, so in my understanding, so this one could be a setting on the EagleEye. So for example, maybe here, setting, you can set your own Power BI like link, right? Instead of like event variable. So it'd be more convenient for you.
Yeah, I have no idea how this whole thing is architected, but yeah.
Yep. Okay, yeah. Oh, good. I'll jump to the next one. So next one is to add advanced tag rules.
Hold on. Adam, you following?
Oh yes, no, I
can tell you're not following.
I was sending a message to someone. But that's a very good skill that John has. Luke, and you can please just double check. Like if you guys are gonna have a long discussion about whether multi-tenancy is coming, like I will wait for you guys to discuss and then agree, because you guys weren't agreeing with each other. Because as far as I understood, Toby made it very clear. He said multi-tenancy is coming in a month, right?
Month was a approximate, but yeah, sure.
But
It's the next thing on the backlog. Yeah, the next epic.
It was a very clear statement. And then Luke was unclear about whether it's really coming, because he knows more about the technical stuff. And then I thought, all right, well, I'll just wait for you guys to finish and agree with each other. And yeah, and then Luke, I missed that you're moving on to a new topic. So I still don't know, is multi-tenancy coming in a month, or did that get re-changed?
Needs further discussion.
So we don't know. It's unclear.
Unclear right now. Yeah.
Is there any question you can ask now that would make this somewhat clearer? Can you ask me, is this more important or this more important?
No, I think it's not a question of priority.
Yeah.
Based on the conversation, it's a question of actual, are we going to do it or not? It's not, are we pushing this top of the backlog? Are we doing multi-tenancy or
not? But if we don't do it, how do we enable any other company to use it?
We do consulting work. and provision resource for them. That's the plan.
Right. Okay.
Because the email
Well,
is private, right?
I'm okay not to have it automatic, to have it very manual. I have no problems to I have no problems that, you know, if somebody signs up, we manually create the environment, but we should at least have two environments, an SSW one and a Northwind one, a sample one.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. Should I move on?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so the next PBI is to add advanced tag rules. Yeah. I think Geoffrey and John haven't seen this portal, so let me show you quickly. So we got this EagleEye portal. So let me do something else. I will quickly enable the Power BI report. Okay, so this is the EagleEye portal. We have two tabs. One is dashboard, and here you can assign to Power BI report. So it's an embedded Power BI report here. Yeah, and if you go to the tags here, so it means this is the tag we are going to scan for the emails. And here is a list of like all kinds of tags you can search. You can see what kinds of tag it is. And the PBI I'm showing right now, it is about like advanced tag rules. So let me go to here.
Just a small thing on the UI.
Yeah.
You've got to put somewhere what a tag is.
Yeah, and you have to explain what those types are.
I don't know. Maybe I put everybody's name there in the company. I'm a little confused what a tag is. What tags? Like, I'm a manufacturing company. What tags should I use? Is it based on all the lingo used in the company, or is it based on certain sales emails we send and things like that?
You need a tooltip on type as well, because really like when you got a column that says, you know, status confirmed or pending, that is self-explanatory. But a type of non-AI, I have absolutely no idea what that means.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I so like, I'm not trying to be negative. I really can't guess.
Okay.
You know?
So this is basically tag that we use to detect was emails, I guess, to track stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe the way they track them is going to be either AI or non-AI.
What does it mean non-AI?
Non-AI would just be
manual.
I don't know, actually.
Yeah, you read through the emails and you tag them.
Just
because they've got a Filipino team.
Email.
Yeah, they've got an entire Filipino team reading the emails manually and tagging them. I don't know what non-AI means. Cool. Yep. AI with mentions.
I don't know why. Yeah, it makes sense.
AI with mentions.
But I don't see why you use AI for this. Anyway, okay, you're right.
I don't see why you wouldn't. It's all
It's just EagleEye, right? It's especially you don't need AI for that.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay.
So maybe this AI would improve the way
you could. So yeah.
Anyway.
Well, see, we have a very different understanding, Geoffrey and I. So I think that's worth clarification. Yeah.
Okay, so in summary, you guys want something like to explain the type, right? To explain the purpose of this tag, right? Like description.
Yeah. Any of the column names, you just have a little text box saying what it is, a tooltip, or like a little info icon next to them. I don't know. You can talk to Toby about what he wants.
Okay. We will think about it.
Depends what it is. Yeah.
Okay, I will. I will make this table like more straightforward. Yeah. By adding some like tooltip, something like that.
Okay, helpful. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to show you what I did for this PBI. So if you want to add a new tag, right, you click this button, add tag. You can enter the name, you can enter the link, and you can choose the type. So we kind of have three type, non-AI. It means it doesn't use AI to scan the email. You can choose AI. It will have some like tooltip here. And you can choose AI with mentions. It will be more complicated. But that is not the point. So what I did is for the rules. So for the tag, you can add a group So when you click this, it will show a rule group. And you can choose the condition between all or and. All means you need to meet all the rules. Any, you mean you just need to like one of them, it will be true.
Yep.
And for this text box, it have different like rule type. For example, you have sender, recipient, CC, subject, and body. So for those top 5, it is similar. It will have contains and do not contains condition. And for the message type, it will have is or is not, and you will choose the email type. And one last different one is this one. So it is function like a Boolean. So if you select it, it means the email, the message, including email and appointment is sent to myself. Yeah, so that's the one rule group. And what you can do is to add another group. And currently the logic between them is the and. You need to meet the both groups should be true to meet this condition. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Yep. I really like this UI. The only thing I don't quite like is the gray background, because to me, it's, I don't know, it feels disabled a little bit.
Oh, just the color.
Yeah, just the color. Maybe I don't know, but I understand you want to highlight it because it's a group.
Yeah, it's a group. Yeah.
Maybe I'd play around with some other indicator, but otherwise it's very clear. The indentation and the grouping is very good. What do you think?
Yeah, I like that.
Right. Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
Indenting for this one.
The grouping for the rules.
Hmm.
It's very good.
Yeah. And by the way, can you just click on the type? Bro?
Here?
So one is an AI one and one is a non-AI. Is that right? So there's 2 that are AI ones, right?
Yeah.
Can you put the robot emoji on those 2?
Emoji on AI and on left or right?
Sorry, guys, I need to jump off for a different call. I'll leave you with it. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, cool.
See you.
So Adam, you want to add an emoji on the left of
Yes.
the text?
Well, yeah, left or the right? Probably the left, I'd say. Makes more sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Just by the way, Luke, did you hear Toby say 1 month, or did I mishear it?
To be said 1 month, I think.
Yeah. Did you hear him say 1 month?
Only the next epic. Only once.
Clarify.
Well,
He
for-
said they're gonna start to work on it in a month.
Right. So he said a month.
It's not,
Right.
you won't be done in a month. They're gonna start.
Right. Okay. All right.
He said, I think he said a month, I guess.
Yes,
As in give
yeah.
or take.
Yeah. So he said a month.
Yes.
Yeah. So action for this advanced rules are good.
I'll do it backtrack.
Yeah.
In the conversation, he backtracked saying,
Yeah.
maybe we won't do it.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
So that's all good. I will continue.
Yep. Sure.
Okay, so let's continue our email. So we have like for deployments, we have 1 pull deployment, but it's failing. Yeah. And that is causing our like daily job failed. Yeah. And we have 1 engine deployment. Yeah. So for this one, I'm going to fix in the next sprint. Yeah. And for reported usage, we have like Brady, Stefan, and Adam, top 3 users in the last 3 months. And for the Epic, we didn't have any updates on Epic because yeah, we are working on this one, and the advanced rule is still in progress. Yeah, so no updates for Epic. And R&D, so we did some like a redesign of the tag rules.
Sorry, can we just see the epics for 1 more second?
Yeah.
So where is the one that he's referencing, which is the
This one, second one.
multi? Oh, that's the multi-tenant. Okay, great. Okay,
Yeah.
so it is next on the list. Okay. Great. Keep going.
Yeah, I just talk about R&D, and I will go to the retro. Yeah. So from Toby and me, I think Porto is good. I mean the advanced tag rule. Yeah. And Toby said we are about to let user to add the tag on their own. Yeah, which is good. and it didn't go so well. So we didn't have the successful production deployment. Yeah, so you cannot see the advanced rules in prod. Yeah. And what improvements we can do for the next sprint? So B suggest we should add a test prompt feature. So on the portal, right? We have like a AI tag. We have prompt, right? But the user cannot test it, right? They are not sure if this prompt not working or not, right? So the next important feature is to have some like test button. User can enter some email body and a prompt to test if this prompt works fine. Yeah. So
once you should add an AI to like your rule engine.
Mm.
You should be able to auto create that through a prompt.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean.
So sorry, what do you mean? Could you repeat?
Well, you should be able to prompt those rules.
He would create all the rules for you if you just type a few sentences. Say, I want a rule about.
I want my emails to be tagged. That'd be good actually.
But that's like future work.
That's gold plating for sure. But that's that's meta.
Do you see what we mean, Luke?
Yeah, I see what you are looking for. Yeah. For example, I can enter a rule, right? SSW rules URL. They can look to it. For example, what kind of for example, it is a as per conversation like a rule, right? I can just input URL and add some description and let generate it, right? It will have some like condition.
Even better, yeah. That's not what I thought about, but that'd be even better. Yeah, you could say, in that prompt.
Yeah, so
rules to tag the emails as per conversation, just like SSW. Boom, give the link, they generate the rules. Yeah, that'd be good. And that could be preset as well for clients.
I think it's a good suggestion. Yeah. So kind of like how I added as per conversation rules, I need to think about all the conditions, as per conversation, is it one person or is it two person? I need to list it on the prompt. Yeah.
The only reason I'm mentioning that is whenever I've implemented a rules engine like that for clients, it's always very like implementing the engine is one thing, but then the clients always struggle with the or and end, and they're always like, oh shit, what's the rule again? What do I want? So if you had like an option to just type it out and use LLM to generate those rule sets,
so this struggle with or and end?
People always struggle with or and end.
Right.
It's logical for people that are used to Boolean logic, but not everybody's used to Boolean logic. So
especially if it gets nested.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even I get confused sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hold on. I want this excluded in that. So, and I think an AI would write this better.
Yeah.
And that it allows for presets. So you could put SSW presets that you sell EagleEye for a client, and then just click of a button. They add the as per conversation rule sets, the presets. Okay. That's an idea.
Ideas. Yeah. Anyway.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Good one. Yeah. Let me just note that down. Use AI to generate rule set.
Don't forget to fix that little red underline there. There's a spelling mistake.
Advanced. In the first what went well.
Oh, okay. Advanced. Okay. Okay, so that's the retro. Let me jump into the forecast. So for next sprint, our goal is to implement that the user can edit the tag. Yeah, so currently user can only add a tag. Yes, we need to let user to edit the existing tag. Yeah, yeah. And by the way, so I will be on leave next week. So this sprint is next week. Yeah. Okay, so we have several other things except the edit tag. We are going to add a functionality to test the prompt, and I will continue working on this advanced tag rules, basically fix the pipeline. Yeah. Yeah, so that's it. Any question, guys? Are good?
No, looks good.
Good. Okay, so let me.
Can I just confirm? So
Yeah.
you will put those little bits of feedback we said, like to put what tags are, like will you do any of that UI in the next one?
I think it's minor fix. Yeah, I can do it when I change it to the front end.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so that's it. That's for this sprint. Thank you guys. You can check out our videos on our YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys.
Okay. Thanks. See you, Luke.
Bye.
See you. Yeah.
Thanks,
See you.
JK.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, by the way, Adam,